there's a indigenous principle called the 7 generations principle, where the way some of these tribes who have this belief operate is, what does it look like to make decisions with an eye toward how they'll impact people 7 generations out? So looking out 150 years, 200 years, what does it look like to make decisions at an individual, institutional, and societal level with that viewpoint in mind? And, maybe that's a little abstract, but I think aspirationally, that's something that I take really seriously. And, particularly now that I'm a dad, I wrestle with these questions of, do I invest in maximizing the unearned advantages of my son, or do I invest in building a society where, everybody can thrive regardless of what their unearned advantages are? And I think that the reality is I do some of both. That there's ways that that I invest in my kid in ways that I know that not everyone has the opportunity to, but I'm also trying to take a less myopic view than I think some folks take, and really try to put significant time and attention and resources into how we build a just and equitable society for everybody, and a society that is sustainable for people and planet for the long haul. And the other thing I'll say about legacy is that I think one of the things that I've looked a lot at is, what do people regret on their deathbeds? People regret things like, I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I was there more for my family and friends. I wish I had the courage to do what I wanted instead of getting caught up in those fears. There's lots of ways where societal pressure actually leads many of us, maybe most of us, toward regret. And so what does it look like to take a step back and really be intentional about, what are the lives that we want to have? And in particular, knowing that, the day-to-day rewards of doing something like, having brunch with your kid, that might not generate the same, hit or high as, knocking out a work deliverable. But in the long run, those relationships, are really all that matters, that the material success fades. And I've never heard of anybody late in life who said, gosh, I wish I worked more hours, spent more hours at the office. And so it makes me wonder if our allocation's a little off in our day-to-day.